Right, I'm back in the car, and having solved the mystery of the windscreen wiper, I was doing a little bit of a test, going through all my different switches and checking the lights and things like that, and I have discovered that the flasher doesn't work. I can put my dip lights on. I barely see that it lights up, but the dip lights are on, and there is now no main beam. Fun. However, I did notice that a few weeks ago when I had the battery off and then I put the battery back on, there was some mad clicking going on. So it could be fuse, which will be in there. Could be relays, which are under there. I don't know if you can see under there, or if I'm actually pointing at the right place, or maybe it's the switch. After that, I really hope it's one of those things, because otherwise maybe that means the wire, maybe, I don't know. I don't really fancy having to dig the dashboard apart. So let's see how we get on. First place I'm starting with is fuses, and I can tell you that the main beam are these two fuses here. Not entirely sure why they are different. I mean, hopefully Rover put this cap together that says, look, you want 25 on A6 and 20 on B6. I understand that it does the left and right main beam, full beam lamps. So I've tried replacing those. I've put new fuses in, and still doesn't work. So I'm thinking not the fuse. So under the glove box, above the glove box, under the dashboard, we've got the relays, and there's a couple of them here. This being the carb model, just one row of relays. If this was the injection, I understand there'd be another set sitting underneath. These two here do the dipped and the main beam. Same relay in each case, I think so. So I should be able to just swap them over. And if I don't know, do we need to connect the circuit to get full beam? Connect the dip beam circuit to get the full beam? I don't know. There's another one that's identical there, and I think there's one more there. One of these is to do with the air conditioning, which I don't really ever turn on, so I wouldn't really know if that happens to work or not. But I think if I unplug those, and I think it's that one there, happens to be the full beam, main beam, I'll try that and see how we get on. Okay, so what I did was I actually swapped the dipped and main beam relays over. So if the relay doesn't work, having swapped it over, then I shouldn't be able to get dipped headlights. So going over here, putting the headlights on, and yeah, that's illuminated. You can see the green on there. So not the relay, not the fuse, not the relay. So I'm thinking, right, must be the switch. Right, I'm in my garden, and I've got a couple of junked sets of instrumentation, because I want to see how this works, if I can diagnose what's on the car. And as you can see here, I've got an indicator stalk with the flasher unit on it. If I turn it over, you can see it's fairly crude by ooh, it's going to be very hard with one hand. As you manipulate the stalk for the flash, you're basically just moving that contact into place. So down for a flash, brief flash, there's a spring that pushes it away again, and then you flick it up and it makes a contact there. So tracing these, seems that I've got brown there. Oop. And that's what, an earth or something. Got that. Got this blue connectors. So I was reading about this. So we've got blue connectors. Oh, not blue connectors, blue wires. So I've got blue with a white trace on it and a solid blue. And if I'm going to check for a circuit, I want to connect, well, actually when that is in the up position, it's just not going well, is it? There we are. So when that's connected, those contacts are touching, it's going to be blue on blue. So, don't know how I'm going to do this with one hand. Following the connectors, it should be, is it those two there? Is it those two there? This is a lot harder without my helper, except it's the evening and he's in bed, being a kiddie winkle. So where are the blues? Are they towards the top? There we go, pinching it on, and I can see that that's going slightly nuts. So connector wise, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3 down, and that would determine whether or not the switch is working. There we go. It's catching the tail end of the applause for the NHS. I just had a little break just to my appreciation myself. And I've taken the cowling apart. And what we can see is there's the connector there. We can just see it move. So that should be flash. That should be connected with the beam on. We're dipped. To work, and that runs into a little connector beneath it. And looking at those contacts, they're a little, well, they're pretty dirty actually. I mean, so the car was what, 40 years old. I wonder if I just give that a little bit of clean up and see if that works. Be one thing to try, might be a quick win. So a little bit of a clean, and unfortunately we've got absolutely nothing going on. So coming on, no, still nothing. Oh, hang on. Hey, there we go. Right, so that's on. Ah, check it out. There we go. So it just needed a clean, that's all it was. Fantastic. Okay, so this is proving to be a little bit intermittent. I'm gonna try and get this brush in there. Done a fairly good clean, and there we go, look. This is it. So it's not all the time. That's really nice. So that's with the lights on, full beam, working really well. But flash, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear the relay. So it's making a connection, but it's not good. It's not good. So I'll keep cleaning. But the good news is I don't need to take the dashboard apart or change the switch or anything like that, or even trace an errant wire. So I'm happy. So I'm going to finish up, get that shroud back on. I'm going to go home and have a beer. Go home? I am home. What am I talking about? I'm going to have a beer.